And testing. I think we're live. I hope we're live. If we are live, hello to the chat. It's Asstown on Tour, your weekly Animal Crossing Island tour with me, Teeny Steeny, Martin Steenton. And as always, I'm introducing the Mayor of Asstown himself, David Thayer. How's it going, David?
It's me, Shrinky D. Pretty good, thank you.
And joining us this week in the studio, it's stream regular, High Score Club mega helper, who's actually sent me tons of stuff for the island, including some of the things in the studio. I think Ben. We've got Ben Cameron with us. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
And of course, today we're going to go and visit Ben's Island Pickle Pop, which is should be fun because I haven't been in weeks. Has much changed, Ben?
It's like a different island. I may as well have restarted, to be honest.
Wow.
So when we were talking before the stream, you kind of gave indication that you're like a redeveloper, so you've like redeveloped several times. So there's like a lot of history to be uncovered.
Yeah, it's not a pretty history. It's not one I'm proud of.
Happy 4th of July, everybody. And on that note, let's go straight into the news. Of course, it's a big news week. Following on from all of the pre-announcements, all of the announcements of the new features. Now we have the new features. I'm wearing mine, but now we all have the ability to pop on our wetsuits. Have you guys done a lot of swimming, done a lot of diving yet?
Yeah, I've done lots of swimming. I've gone and picked up lots of little sea critters.
I haven't managed to do a lot yet. I've got, as you can see, there's a few things started around the studio, but I'm not. My Critterpedia is not exactly. It's not exactly growing very quickly, but maybe you two have got a little bit harder than I have.
I've done 2 rounds of diving, one yesterday, one today, and got quite a varied haul both times. Obviously, I got a lot of seaweed, or those sea grapes.
Sea grapes. We've got some in the studio somewhere.
To make some sea wine.
Yeah, exactly. And I've also met a certain character as well, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a moment.
Well, I mean, we can get into that right now if you want. Before we talk about the certain character though, there's somebody. Yeah, Dim has spotted the little plush dog, and Ho has correctly identified it as Mum's dog. I think a lot of us may have gotten a little plush dog from Mum in the post this week, so I thought we'd put it in the studio. But speaking of cute things, of course, we've got to talk about Pascal. He's back, everybody.
Last.
Pascal's one of my faves, but I've got to say I haven't encountered him yet, and I've probably dived enough to have given Blathers 5 or 6 new specimens, but I'm yet to see the man himself. Tell me what it's like. I need to know.
You have to find a certain item, and that triggers him. And I think then he visits once a day, but I've only seen him the once yesterday.
Yeah, I've met him twice, and it was both when I picked up his favourite food, which I'm sure you'll find soon enough.
I know my lad. I know I've got to go find a. It's not a clam, is it? It's scallop. And he's one of my faves. We need an amiibo. Ben, of course, you're a big amiibo card guy, right? For Animal Crossing.
I've got lots of the amiibo cards, pretty much most of season 1, but I had to stop myself from getting any of season 2 because it's not a cheap hobby.
No, it's not. Although I remember at one point, David gave me the hot tip of shout out to all of our British viewers. An Argos tip for when they had them like half price or something like that. Is there?
Yes, I got a lot of mine that way.
Is there a Pascal? Is there a Pascal card? There must be, right?
There must be.
Yeah, I don't know if I've got it, but I'm sure there is.
I need it.
I might do. And have a look.
Speaking of AmiiboCast, got to thank Chris Denner for sending us Cap in to add to our studio. People might notice this week we've upgraded the studio a little bit. We've got some soundproofing going on. Got pictures of all of our faves up. Just had a little bit of a tidy up. Want to keep evolving the studio. Speaking of keeping evolving, actually, there's one more thing about summer that Shrinky wanted to get on the agenda, and that is the we've got more gross bugs to deal with. How's the bug catching?
Well, from my perspective, after being trained up from the bug off last weekend,
you had your net swinging muscles fully swole.
My eye was trained to watch all of the bugs fly away as I accidentally bump into the tree. But one of the annoying things for me this week, since the update, but even before that, has been just constant rain on my island. I've been really looking forward to the sound of cicadas in the summer, knowing that summer's finally here. But although I have been catching cicadas, they've been silent, and the rain has just been swirling across my island most of the week, which has been unfortunately mirroring the real world. So I haven't been having much escapism as I would have liked. But yeah, there are lots of interesting new insects, as well as the diving creatures to find. So that's been good fun, and I was pleased to see the return of the leaf lookalike bug. So do look out for what looks like a fallen item on the ground, but actually is a bug.
Dim saying he's enjoying having beetles to catch again. Alexis enjoying the studio changes. Well, send us some stuff, everybody. Maybe we'll put more stuff in the studio. And everybody agreeing that we've been having a lot of rain in and outside of real life. So, maybe it's the. Well, firstly, I'm very glad 'cause that heat wave we had in London, UK was was a bit much. So I'm welcoming the grey raininess in real life, not so much in Animal Crossing.
I think when I pictured diving into clear blue, crystal blue oceans, swimming over the coral reef, really feeling like I was cooling off on a hot summer's day. But there was a full-on thunderstorm on Friday when I did my first swim, and it was dark, even though it was during the day.
That
Sammy,
sounds fun, though.
Sammy and Mayor Sailor /Ed are saying that rainy season is at the end of June, beginning of July in Japan. So is there a correlation? Do we know?
I'm sure there is. There is, yeah.
Let's consult the hackers. So we're just about to go and visit Pickle Pop. Just as we kind of get on the plane and head over there, wanted to just remind everybody that we're doing a New Horizons travel guide, just to kind of record everybody's High School Club Islands like at this point in time, and make sure that we've got a kind of record of this like wonderful moment of community that we've got going on. As always, I've forgotten to put a URL on this slide, but I know that Ho in the chat will help me out by posting the link, and we'll also pop the link on the YouTube video for anybody that's watching this after the fact. And with that said, it's time to go into everybody's favourite segment. It's this coming week's birthday alerts. Now, the first thing that we need to acknowledge is that today, of course, is the 4th of July, which marks, of course, everybody's favourite American Eagle, Apollo's birthday. Does anybody have Apollo on their island? If you do, let us know how that birthday went. He's certainly a hunk. I think we can all agree on that. I think, is Apollo cranky? Is that his villager type? Either way, it's a crankiness that I would certainly put up with to have him on my island. Next up, we've got Samson. Samson the Jock, one of the tiniest jocks. I think he's an original. I think Samson was in the original Animal Crossing. He's got a big grin, and he'll have a big grin tomorrow, July 5th, when you send him a birthday present. What does he like? I don't know. Mayor Sailor is saying blur. I hope he's not saying blur to Samson. I mean, Samson is. I mean, you know, I don't want to say too much about Samson. I like Samson, but I'll understand it if not everybody does. July the 6th, we've got Mira, who I believe has a kind of Power Rangers Super Sentai style design. She's on July the 6th. I have never seen Mira before, or Mira. Let me know. Mira. Does anyone know? Ben, Shrinky, Mira.
Mira's new to me. I don't recognise Mira at all.
She's got a very Persona 5 style vibe. Supposedly, according to the Animal Crossing fandom wiki, her appearance could be a reference to Sailor Venus, which is pretty cool. Hose into her, and that's the most important thing. Next up, we got Bree, I think, who we've seen on stream before. So she's one of the crew. She's a snooty mouse. It's her birthday on July the 7th. Hopefully this week as well, everybody, that we've got the dates right. We had the dates 100% right last week after a week of maybe, let's say we were like batting about 80%. So hats off for me for putting these together the correct way. Next up, we've got Jeremiah. Jeremiah is, of course, a blue frog. I believe he is a lazy villager type. Well, T King Dot says they're anti-mice. Let's go back a second. Anti-mice. Anti-mice in real life, I would get that. I understand why some of us are hardwired to hate mice because of the plague. Is that why it works? Is that why we survived? Because some of us were afraid of mice? I think that's probably the truth. But going back to Jeremiah, of course, Lazy Blue Frog, July the 8th. Hope you've got him a nice present. This week, nobody on the chat has claimed a villager yet, so it might be that we're entering uncharted territory. Next, we've got Huck, and I've never met Huck. July the 9th, by the way. I've never met Huck. I don't know what to make of Huck. Huck seems to be like a toad with a kind of wart that looks like a nose. I'm gonna guess it's a reference to something. Does anyone know? Huck is smug anyway. That's his villager type. I'm not making a character judgment.
Well, you are. It's the same thing, isn't it?
I'm only
My
reading.
definition is.
I'm only reading what the Wikipedia tells me. That's all I'll say. Dim says that he and Kate found out that the villagers actually consider monetary value the most important factor for birthday gifts.
Oh dear.
No wonder Hazel was unhappy with the rock that I gave her.
So when I gave a villager a stick, they seemed happy. They actually weren't happy.
Tiki Dot says quite liking Huck there. The more I look at Huck, the more I'm enjoying Huck. But I just feel like the fact that the wart being like in a nose placement, it must be a reference to something, right? Does anybody know? Or does he actually, is that really a nose? Does anybody know?
It looks like a nose.
Apparently, though, I'm just learning that Huck is making a return. Apparently, Huck has not appeared in Animal Crossing since Wild World. Maybe he's in Pocket Camp, I don't know. Next up, we have Static, who we have met Static on the stream before. I believe he lives on the Almond, Chilipa's Island. Static, he's real cool. It's a cranky squirrel villager, and he's got an amazing haircut. What's not to like, right? And then going back to an old fave, we got Mott on July the 10th. Mott, of course. By the way, everybody, do villagers like gifts depending on their personality types? Is that a thing that happens? Shrinky, do you know if that's a thing?
Well, as we've already established, I'm a terrible gift giver in this game, so I'm not the one to be able to say. But I would love to know if that's true. I think I probably need to up my game quite significantly.
Does anybody know in the chat? I mean, Dim has already uncovered that they're all avaricious types that crave valuable gifts. Which let's be honest, it's always nice to get a valuable gift.
If you gifted someone a crown, would they just immediately reward you with a framed photo of themselves? or
Oh,
how
As-
far does it go?
that's a good point. Oh, Sammy says her sister told her all of the lions have Leo birthdays, but maybe his birthday is Cancer. Is he not a Leo? Dim says apparently they like any item of furniture any item of furniture over any clothing item. Post Abandoned says Apollo clearly disapproves of Samson, and quite right too. And finally, we've got one of the biggest cuties in the game. It's Victoria, the racing horse, July the 11th. And we all know, at least, get them all a very expensive item of furniture, preferably a laptop, if you can. And with that, we're ready to depart to Pickle Pop. Everybody, let us know if you had a birthday this week, or you've got a birthday coming. And if you do have one of those villagers, send us some images of the birthday so we can all enjoy the festivities on stream next week. Victoria just moved from Alexis's island. No, that's not the first time we've had people just missing out on birthdays. Sometimes it happens. I've received some sad news that I was going to update on next week, but it looks like the Steen Town baseball team might be losing Cyrano. Cyrano might be retiring, but more on that next week as we fly over Pickle Pop. Okay, so straight away, Ben, I've got to ask, why Pickle Pop?
For a start, it's a cute word. And
Absolutely.
I like to name characters or areas in games after my cat. And as most cat owners know, your cat has about 100 different names.
Yep. Can confirm.
Pickle Pop is one of the names we have for our cat.
Bless. It makes sense. It makes sense. I feel like Animal Crossing. A pet, a little cat, Animal Crossing, full of cats. It makes sense. I feel the vibe. Hello. So, Ben, you were mentioning before we came on that I haven't done something in my wetsuit yet.
Well, it's a hot summer evening, so let's do something wild and cool off. So join me over here.
I'm following. Oh, look at you! You two have got fancier wetsuits than me. Although mine's kind of cute. I won't lie.
Right.
Okay.
Let's go cool off in the water.
Okay.
Whoa!
Oh my god! I haven't done that yet. I didn't even know you could do that until Ben told me. Oh yes. It's wet. It's
Lovely and clear and not raining as well. So
wetsuit weekend.
delightful.
Oh yes.
I'm going to swim all the way back to my island.
It's so strange, like how I remember the first time in New Leaf wearing a wetsuit and it feeling so strange to be in the water, and because this has been denied to us so far in this game, it feels so free. I haven't found.
It's nice having this fresh view of your island as well.
Yeah, it's so strange, and also I haven't even jumped off the front of my island yet, so I haven't swum along the front of my island, so I haven't been this close to the seaplane before. Oh, look at
Can you
this!
swim under the pier?
I'm thinking, can we steal the seaplane? Can we Grand Theft Auto the seaplane? This is very, very relaxing. Post Abandoned says that they're loving your lockdown haircut, Ben.
Oh, I wish I could grow it that much in real life.
Dims asked a question that I myself have wondered actually, is that because of the rope around the edge of the island. Let's see if I can get to it. How does Red get through? That's a very curious.
Oh, he's definitely cut a hole somewhere.
He finds a way. He finds a way.
Because he doesn't want any competition, he always ties it up again afterwards.
Maybe he never really leaves.
Yeah.
Tinking Dot says it's because Red Ship is a spaceship. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Isn't it part of Gulliver's lore that there's UFOs involved? I think that's in the Animal Crossing movie, right? David, you watched that recently. Do you remember?
Yeah, as part of Wild World. Or Let's Go to the City, I can't remember which one.
Oh, Ben's found something.
The UFO is introduced. Oh, that looks like it. Is that a scallop?
It is.
Oh, I still haven't got a scallop. I'm so jealous. Oh, Dim thinks maybe Red's got a secret cave under the island like Captain Nemo. That can make sense too. He's a con artist, so maybe he's just like parked away behind a rock somewhere, like forging up art and all that stuff. Sammy says, is Red a type of fox that can transform? Maybe the whole boat is an illusion. Well, that makes sense, right? Because I think Tom Nook and Red are meant to be foils, so I think it stands to reason that if Nook is a Tanuki, then Red is a magical fox. I think we kind of theorised about this before on the stream.
Red is a kitsune. I can't remember what that
All
means.
my
That
knowledge,
actually
all
talks
of
in
my
Japanese.
all of my knowledge of this comes from Pompoko. Oh yeah, Ben. Okay, Ben. We're gonna treat this seriously now. We're gonna put on a uniform for the island tour. There you go. Done. Okay, now you got us fully professional. Where are we gonna go?
Let's go back to the start.
I should say from the flyover, Ben, I did notice that you've got some real OG Animal Crossing vibes with the pattern on the ground here.
Yes.
It really feels like returning home.
Yes.
So, welcome guests. Take a piece of fruit, and I've dropped you each a special item of clothing as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yep. Got it. Oh no, press the wrong button. You think by now I would know the buttons? Oh wait, I'm gonna have to, wait. I need to de-transform to get my skirt on. I'm doing it.
I might have to wear just my
You're gonna wear
just my shirt because
Oh,
Right.
I'll wear the skirt for all of us. You go back to your outfit.
Okay, now this is happening. Right, so this week I'm wearing the kind of scout uniform and the grass skirt. I'm into it. Let's get. I might take my snorkel off though. Okay.
oh, I've still got a t-shirt. Here we go. That's fine.
Yeah, we're looking good.
Look, we're business up top and we're party down below.
Yes, exactly. I too also wanted to talk about like the OG Animal Crossing vibes as well, because one of the things, and Ben, we chatted a little bit about this in the run up to the stream. One of the things that we're finding, like now everybody has such dominion over the way that their towns look, their islands look, is that I think we're in real danger of people losing the kind of, what everybody would kind of define as the Animal Crossing village look until now, very like nature orientated. And I already saw, you can see from your map that this feels like a very open natural space. Is that something that you're kind of intentionally making happen?
It's something I was craving. Just that feeling of a little unified space. It's becoming a little bit too disparate for me.
So you said this is you're onto your second big redesign, is that right?
Yeah, so when I first got the terraforming, I just went absolutely wild with it, and it became a huge hulking mess. Then I stripped it all back, and then I rebuilt, and then I stripped that back again, and we're here now.
Well, I think it looks amazing so far. I'm very jealous of the ground texture.
Yeah, I found these on a subreddit called AC Design Paths.
Shout out to anybody that's making all these patterns, by the way.
Yeah, this is exactly the kind of path I've been craving for ages, and it was so relieved to see somebody had made it, because I wouldn't even know where to start.
How many pieces are these paths?
I think this one is, let me check.
Because they look so natural and good. They basically, to the untrained eye, these look like game textures.
So these bound ones are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces.
Wow.
I love the way that you've recombined them. I guess it's a bit like making a board game, making a town in what do you call it?
In Carcassonne.
Carcassonne. That's exactly what I wanted to
Yeah,
say.
and putting them down and trying to make every piece not look the same is quite
Yeah.
fun and a bit of a struggle.
Well, it
It
looks
worked very, very effectively.
honestly, I have to say I didn't clock it. Shrinky clocked it. I didn't clock it. I was just like, I'm so addled that I was just like, oh, this is what the game looks like. This is Animal Crossing, but no, you fooled
I'm
me.
playing a game on a GameCube back in 2003.
It is so weird when you go back and look at the GameCube version, and you kind of forget that the houses are tilted, or rather, more isometric is the wrong word, but they have a more isometric viewpoint. Sorry, Ben, we're getting well derailed from the island tour, chatting about the textures, but it's all part and parcel. of the
I'm
fun.
just happy to have you here.
I'd also just like to point out the weeds that you've got here. This can't be a mistake if you've got a carefully crafted island. So you've intentionally left these weeds here right in the entrance.
Well, I had to import them in.
Right. Wow.
Imported
That's
weeds.
attention to detail.
I've got a weed man.
Yes, love it.
Right.
T King Dot says that they would sell their whole islands for more custom design slots. I'm with you. I got the tambourine out in the museum square. Okay, immediately love these little plinths with undiagnosed. That's the wrong word. Unassessed fossils.
So this is one of the most developed areas of the island, is with the brick paths and the fountain and the museum.
The cultural
Yeah.
hub.
Yes, the taxis to Nook have got to go somewhere.
Very nice.
Love it.
Elegant
You
use
keep
of
going
shrubs.
this way.
Yeah, we'll follow you. Take us wherever your heart desires. Oh, lovely. A little fishing spot. Love this for some
I think
sea
these are
fishing.
prizes from a fishing tourney.
I
still regret
know.
not competing properly in that. Oh,
I
goodness
know.
me.
What I wouldn't give for those posters now. Earlier on, when I was kind of adding to the studio, I asked my wife, shout out to Yoko Brioche, who's on the chat tonight, if I could take some stuff, but she said she would not let me have her fishing poster, which is fair enough
Hard
because
earned. It's hard earned.
exactly, and the cooler too. Loving
Yeah,
that.
so the lifeguard needs the station while surveying the waters.
Yeah.
You've got a classic red lifeguard chair as well, which I'm very jealous of.
I
Feels
really want
feels
to be able to climb up and sit in that.
exactly.
Have a good
If-
view.
The red lifeguard chair to me is the one that's like most semiotically correct. Like some of the colorways for the kind of for like the Nook catalog items, there are just some that I'm like, God, I wish I had that, because that feels like the correct color, like the red phone box for instance.
Yeah,
I have
I'd love
green.
to have the red phone box. I've got the blue one.
More patterns, by the way.
So
Again,
this is like original Animal Crossing past design.
Yeah.
yes.
Couldn't believe somebody had recreated it so perfectly.
I'm actually really like bowled over at how good these are actually, because I mean
It
I've
looks
only
fantastic.
I know that some people on the chat have really like gone to town on making amazing custom patterns, and some of our previous guests have too. But these have a much more kind of authentic vibe going on.
I'm even wondering if they've been textures ripped from the original game.
Love it.
It could be done.
Yeah, Dim's agreeing. The floor patterns, the cleanest that he's ever seen. They just look real. They do. Oh, this is a dream. It's kind of a. Do you know what feeling I'm getting? I don't know if anybody. I don't know how niche of a reference this is, but this is like completing Sonic Adventure 2 perfectly and getting access to a remake of the Green Hill Zone. I feel like I'm getting like a secret access back to kind of pure GameCube Animal Crossing.
I have not experienced what you're talking about, but it makes me want to play Sonic Adventure 2.
Shout out to all my Sonic Adventure 2 people on the chat tonight. follow
Right,
over.
so this is one of my favourite areas up here. Actually, before we go up there, let's got a little display up here.
Oh. So how much?
Great silhouette of it.
Hello. Oh yes.
They are running scared.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite Disney store, Disney movie. Wait, how many doors
So
are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 7.
And there's one up here.
Directing them.
That's the biker, right? The best
He's
known.
coordinated. He's the one that's lured the monster in.
Oh
See-
no!
You've set it up as being that they're running away from the monster, but I like to think that the monster thinks he's hanging out with his fellow gnomes.
Oh, they're gnomes.
Could be
Sorry,
a gnome as well. Honorary
sorry.
gnome.
I get
One
I
of
get,
these isn't like the others.
I get
Yeah.
I get my fantasy creatures mixed up.
It's delightful. Great to see them all together as well.
The by far, I'm going to say my best application of the fake Godzilla statue that I've seen yet.
You can make him breathe fire as well if you touch him.
Yeah,
That's what I was
that's,
trying to do, but I couldn't for some reason.
He likes
I'm gonna stand right in the path of it. Maybe it could,
No,
No.
we can't get the angle right.
oh no. Maybe he's like you said. Oh,
There
there we
he
go.
goes.
Yes, there she blows. Screeching Weasel says, "I finally understand why people collect gnomes in real life." I'm loving all the kind of lockdown gnome exhibits I've seen in our neighbourhood in real life. But you know, again, pale in comparison to this. Shout out again to the biker gnome. Best guy.
I was very pleased. That was the first gnome I got.
Ditto, and I think I passed it on to High School Club's Matty. Oh yes, love the campsite sign. Always fun to see, and always great to see in like a natural style environment as well.
This is the first area I really focused on in the current redevelopment, this campsite area.
Okay. Ah yes, love this. And but another thing I'm loving about this is kind of because your island is so natural and undeveloped. It's really, and I think we spoke about this when we went to visit Scoots with Emmy. Is that you realise like how much of a kind of art there is to curating like the natural space too. Like how much kind of thought are you putting into like the placement of the rocks and stuff, or are you kind of a haphazard place, or are you thinking about it a lot?
Sometimes if you just go too haphazard, sometimes everything drops too neatly, so you have to mess it up again.
So
It
what's-
wants to be organised.
Did we bring up Wabi Sabi on the last stream? I feel like we did.
I think you did.
Feels appropriate this time.
So these flowers here are mums, which are actual flowers, but they look like weeds.
Yeah.
I know weeds are
Yes.
flowers too, but I like how they blended in with the actual weeds. So,
They have that kind of dandelion look.
yes, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And these shrubs have only just bloomed, so I don't actually want them here right now.
It doesn't go with the weed vibe. Looks too.
No, yesterday they weren't blue, I'm sure of it.
Also,
I think having just one is a nice bit of variety mixed in.
Oh, I definitely did it on purpose.
Yeah. Sure you did.
yeah, love just the whole vibe of the thermos picnic, the telescope, the little journal. Great use of a lost item as well.
Well, audacious use of that. I mean, was that lost or was it not
It
returned?
was. I couldn't find a person to return it to, so it was
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean,
perfect for the picnic.
last week, obviously, I was outed when we went to visit Desticove as
Oh, yeah.
somebody who has a lot of lost items retained.
Oh,
Somebody.
you've actually got someone in your campsite.
Oh, hello. Who's here? Should we find out?
Go
Yeah.
and have a little look. Go say hello.
Who is it? So, oh, hello. I don't know this person. It's Tad. Great name for a frog. Okay, how do we feel about Tad on the chat? Has anyone got Tad? Alexa says finders keepers. That's right. Don't drop lost items when I'm around. Oh, okay. Tad likes free weights, sports drinks, and protein powder. Yeah, Tad's pretty swell. Shrinks, what do you think of Tad?
Give me another jock.
I've got, as you
Yep,
know, I'm
another
jock
jock.
heavy. I'm jock heavy on my island. Goes along, you know, with the ultra sporty vibes that I give off in real
I
life.
think the thing about these the campsite villages is that I don't get quite enough insight into their personality from the brief chats.
Yeah, I think it's
Something
because.
that
Sorry.
I liked about the campsite in New Leaf was that their campers is like a little encapsulation of their the style of their home. And I love it if they brought a little bit more into these tents. Obviously, if you're going camping, you're not going to have your wallpaper and your set of chest of drawers and stuff. But I don't get very much from this sleeping bag and radio and stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that. That was the thing about the Welcome Amiibo update in New Leaf was that it just introduced so much extra personality. That update, by the way, probably as far as I can recall, and let me know on the chat if you think a game has done better than this. Probably in terms of gameplay content, one of the most dramatic patches ever, right?
I mean, it let you sit down on stumps. Just mind blowing. Just mind blowing.
Exactly.
It felt like a full sequel almost. The amount of stuff they added.
I definitely went back to the game. The game actually, I believe it'd come out maybe a year before that you recorded the podcast. If you're new to the stream, this is a spin-off of Shrinky's podcast, Astown, which you should definitely check out. As featured in Edge.
Yes, thank you.
Don't forget. And I think when we did that had maybe launched a year before, so it was interesting. Yeah, it was interesting to go back to the game and see kind of two stages of development across the island. It's the first time I played it, and then what I'd added after that update. But I'm loving just the intensity of the weeds that we've got going on.
It's wild up here.
I've also noticed behind the campsite
Oh,
there's a skull.
Please ignore that.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't see anything.
We'll ask no questions.
There's no reason to worry.
Noble Monpanda is saying is highlighting that there's been an update to Sahara. I think there's been a few updates to Sahara regarding streamlining the conversation. I think I haven't encountered Sahara since the update, so the new updates. I'm looking forward to that. Alexis asks Ben, how does Isabel feel about all these weeds?
She doesn't mind.
You give her
I did think that weeds played a part in the star rating, but it's dropped items. As long as the items are planted, it doesn't seem to affect them.
Oh, that's really good news. Ooh, and a snapping turtle. Enjoying the view of this waterfall.
Yes.
He's frozen in anguish.
Oh, bless. Does he have a name?
He doesn't.
Okay. Mysterious. I like that. Post Abandoned says Isabel is your air quotes weed man.
I think that's quite nice. If that's the case, that the weeds don't count towards.
Yeah, I'm going weed crazy. The weeds are low key one of the best additions. One of the best expansions in New Horizons. Just the diversity, how nice they look. Yeah, they really adds a lot.
I like to think they spent those extra months of delayed development time enhancing the weeds, for giving them a whole life cycle.
The how much? So going back to the custom patterns you have in your custom patterns directory, Ben, how much of it is taken up by the two textures that we've seen dispersed across the island, like the kind of cobblestone doorway and the kind of the red grass. In my mind, I always read it as worn grass, but I don't know what it might represent. Something else.
I think it's just dirt. So I've still got 5 spaces left in my custom area because I've got 3 different custom paths laid out. You'll see the third one in a minute.
Ah, okay.
Ooh.
And the blanket that was in the campsite, that's also a custom floor design.
Whoa.
Okay.
The picnic blanket at the top there.
Of course, it must have been.
Shrinky's gone back. Well, that's how kind of perfectly, artfully,
Yes, of course,
you've arranged the nature. Yeah. It's lovely. Shrinky, see, look, you were fooled. I was fooled by the old school textures. Oh wow! Actually, speaking of which, sorry, I love the. It's strange the way that kind of the textures fool the eye. Going up close, I can see that really clearly. It's kind of a checkerboard pattern on top of it, but at a distance, it looks kind of. I don't know. It looks much fuzzier and fabric-like to me. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting lost in small details as always. It's the same as the blanket on All Right Mousey's Irons. I'm guessing Emmy from Scoots.
I think yes. I think we may have seen the same download.
Hey. So
I think I may have seen it on the stream.
Shout out to Scoots. Trend setting. Who lives here?
This is, as you can see from the door plate, a very rock and roll and dangerous character.
Oh God. Oh, hang on. It's Bunny. I'm going in.
She's dangerous.
Uh-oh. Do I know Bunny? This is where I try and consult my... I know Bunny. Oh, hello. Although I'm kind of perplexed by the bunny suit Bunny has in her house.
I that, I think.
Give me zip.
It's a bear suit.
It's a bear suit. Okay, I was getting Zipper T Bunny vibes for a second. Yeah. Bunny's the only fully trained and licensed trendsetter in all of Pickle Pop. Licensed. Okay, we can be friends, Bunny. I'm also an influencer. Okay.
I like to turn the gas on in their ovens and then run away.
Bunny, is Bunny going to turn it off? No, she would. She would never be that rude. If a guest turns on the hob must stay on. Okay, Screeching Weasel thinks Bunny is kind of creepy. Ho says Bunny is her nemesis. Alexis is going cute. Oh, the room seems split, intensely split on Bunny. Okay, Alexis is saying that she always turns the gas off. Wait, I need to do it. It's making me anxious. I had to do it. Sorry, Ben. Oh, David. I think Ho's bringing up a story that I think maybe was on the podcast. If not, I'm aware of it. That
it was,
yeah. So if you listen to the podcast, you'll recall that Bunny almost wrecked David and Ho's relationship. And I guess I should just leave
a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of misinterpreted, things that came out the wrong way.
If you
being in the wrong place at the wrong time, that kind of thing.
If you're curious to know more, search for Astown on your favourite podcasting provider.
I think episode 2 has all the details there.
One of the most popular episodes, I believe, statistically.
Yeah, critically, of course.
Oh, so Ben, what's going on
We're
here?
At a building site.
Yeah.
You'll notice as we go around, there's still a fair bit of development happening.
I like that, and also like the
Actually,
Mr. Rossetti time.
Are you reserving the space for something?
No, I mean we've got developers in, but due to the current global pandemic, a lot of work has to be put on hold.
Oh, of course.
So you will see a fair bit of Ireland is currently not in the best state.
Oh, look at this.
Oh,
Here's the third path pattern. Oh, so that is my friend John. He emerges from the water at night. We may have a sighting.
So that completely drew my eye from this third custom pattern.
Love this. Also, I don't think I've seen these barrels before. I've seen the oil barrels. I don't think I've seen these barrels. They're cool.
Yeah, I call them the pirate barrels.
Yes.
Whereas I've got the regular pirate barrels, but I haven't seen the rusty oil drums.
Come to Steen. We've only got Rusty Cack on our road.
Red left these behind. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I think we Mayor Sailor maybe also has popped these out. Am I right? Mayor Sailor they definitely give like Red's dirty secret entry vibes. 100%.
It's where he keeps his spare oil.
They spare oil paints in order to forge more paintings. Ho's giving you some love in the chat for the Mr. Rossetti sign, of course, which is fantastic. Again, just really love the additional pattern. This one really does have that worn feeling. I love the little introduction of the rock on the texture as well.
Yeah, proper sand.
It's
I think it's designed to be a pattern that you put down to make an extension of the beach.
Oh, I see. It's really weird in a way because it's like these are kind of making, although the game's like Island Designer textures are really cool. It's just seeing like the edge work on these just really highlights the kind of, I don't want to say deficiency because we're lucky to have them, but
Also, the palm trees to get them. Have you had them on the grass before?
see, I only know this tip because due to Dim, who clued me in at some point to the fact that. So what, Ben? Am I right in thinking that you've kind of made a sand texture?
Yeah.
Again,
So in the
yeah.
terraforming menu, if you choose the sand option, the sand path, then you can put palm trees on there.
Look at that. Pro tips, everybody.
So you can see a little bit of it just at the bottom of the base of the tree. You can,
Just peeking out.
a little giveaway.
Coconuts all round. But anyway, yeah, sorry, yeah, again, it's just, again, like, although it should be abnormal to see the coconut trees here, there's just something, it all feels so natural and cohesive.
It's near enough to the beach that it didn't
Yeah,
surprise me.
exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring one in further. That would just be ridiculous.
That would
One
stretch the bounds of
step
the
too
credibility.
far. Who have we got here?
We've got a really spooky sort in here.
Ah, Melba.
Dark and gothic.
Love Melba. Got any Melba fans on the chat? Tiki Dot says you should put a rusty barrel in front of the fire breath Godzilla and see if it explodes.
If they
Melba.
built explosion physics into Animal Crossing, I'll be very impressed.
Oh, I love Melba. I don't have any koalas. I don't think I've ever had a koala in any Animal Crossing. It's a disgrace.
She's one of my favourites.
Alexis
She calls
also
me
a Melba
Toasty,
fan. Toasty.
Yeah, she just called me Toasty.
as in
as
Melba
well.
Toast.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to chat, Toasty.
Who were your original 3 villagers? Are they all still here?
I can only remember the original 2, but they've both left. That's the second of which left this week, which was Flo, a penguin.
Ah.
So
And
what?
before that, it was the cow, the bull creature.
The ball,
The ball creature.
Yeah, is it a bull?
I don't know this villager. On the chat, bull creature. Let us know. Ben, what's your kind of like philosophy when it comes to villagers wanting to come and go?
Normally, I'm just happy for them to leave if they want to, because I'm normally often excited to see someone new. But if it's someone I'm really attached to, who I enjoy their chit chat and nicknames, then I'll ask them to stay.
So let me just see.
I've got to the point where they're saying to me, "Oh, I might like to go on a new adventure," and I'm like, "Nah, not today.
This is the thing.
You stay here."
Like I mentioned, Cyrano has just stated his interest in going. It's interesting in a way because, like, typically I'm a kind of if you love them, let them go kind of person. I have my faves who I would never let go, but Cyrano is actually one of my. I've had him for the first time in New Horizons, and I realised that I'm more likely to let certain personality types go. I think because Cyrano, I can't remember exactly what type he is, but he's more forthright than other villagers, and I think he kind of expressed his desire to go in kind of a more straightforward way. And so I was like, well, how can I say no to that? When the villagers are kind of seem uncertain, then I think I follow my natural inclination of wanting to reassure them. But I think Cyrano needed no reassurance. I knew, he had to leave. He's been a great shortstop on the Steamtown baseball team, but he's gone up. Ben, have I done a bad thing? Am I allowed to be in here?
Snuck into a
We
building
haven't
site.
got our hard hats on us, so really we shouldn't be here.
Okay. I don't want to cause.
I haven't got the insurance.
Exactly. So what
It
is
wouldn't let me put my hard hat on.
a question for you both? Would you pay DLC money to get DLC that just added a little bit of dirt to the tip of the shovel to make it look like it was embedded into the earth more
Yes,
clearly?
about £5, I think.
So if somebody in the developers is listening to that, I agree. You can get 10 quid from us if you just pop that in now.
Actually, I've heard if you collect 3 shovels and give them to Flick, and they'll design you a shovel model that looks like it's poking into the ground.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Oh,
But that's the kind of thing that I can imagine would happen.
somebody.
So up here, I've been planning something all week, but again, mentioning the global pandemic again, it hasn't quite worked out. So we were going to have a show, but the band couldn't make it.
Oh, look at
you've
this!
You've got all the gear here.
All of the gears arrived, but no band members.
If you book them, they will come.
Love the simple panels in the back.
Yeah, we've got decorations, we've got a stage, we've got everything. It was going to be a hell of a show. I'm so sorry you've missed it.
Oh, I know. Next time. We're always looking to get back. Screeching Weasel says loving the unfinished look, and again, it's like so. It's just really. I just love the idea that you have to think about how to make things look unfinished or askew. Like the tables down here, they feel so like weirdly real. Like if you're ever in like a kind of like venue space or like.
The tour manager was here earlier setting up, and I don't know where he's gone. He was sitting right here.
With the mug of tea. How warm is it? Are they nearby?
It doesn't look like it's
it.
steaming anymore. Oh no, it's still steaming slightly.
Oh no, it's still hot. He must be around somewhere.
We're going to find him. Get back to work.
He's probably kipping behind the boards at the back.
I've never seen the synth keyboard before, actually. That's new to me. I love it. Lovely use of the traffic cone as well.
Oh, of the what?
The traffic cone.
Nobleman Panda on the chat saying, "What are those trees? Are those
yeah.
the trees over on the right-hand side?" I think
Those are a new item from the seasonal section of Nook's catalogue.
Oh.
Yeah, I got one of those.
They're
It's really nice.
bamboo decorations or bamboo tree or.
I don't think that's in my catalogue. Did I miss that? I looked
No,
today.
they came in yesterday.
Oh, okay. That'll be why I haven't seen them.
Under the seasonal items.
Very
They're
cool.
called bamboo grass.
Very nice. Ah, yeah,
Japanese festival.
I mean, Mayor Sailor had the hookup, as always. Our living Animal Crossing encyclopedia. Jim the Schoolgirl says he'll turn up and do a show right now for 50 quid.
£49 and he's in.
Oh, another building site here?
Again, yeah, there's so much happening here. You've got to come back at some time.
I guess this is where you probably need a whole toilet block. So maybe that's what's.
Of course,
being built here, or
of course.
Maybe a bar.
Jim the Schoolgirl says
both.
no deal, by the way, 49. No deal. It's a shame.
That's a shame. Big shame.
Oh,
This
lovely.
is where we hang out and play a bit of Kumbaya.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a great place to write/read poetry.
Or burn it.
Well, that's if there's one thing better to do than read poetry, it's burn it. I've always said. Very relaxing though. I love being in. Oh, the use of the kind of red dirt grass, whatever we're calling it, around the
I think-
campfire. So cool.
I love making little social areas in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I love.
Do you ever find your?
Oh, sorry, Shrinks.
I was gonna say, do you ever find your villagers hanging out in this area?
I haven't seen anyone up here yet.
I guess it's quite new, actually, isn't it? So maybe that's why.
Wait, I can't leave the log. Wait, why can't I leave the log? I can
You have
leave
to
the
go
log.
at the back, that's it.
Okay, my bad. Oh, seeing some stuff down here. Seeing a little sneak peek of something.
Oh, this is
Melba's
like when you. Oh, geez, this is like when you see behind the scenes at Disney World.
Oh. Oh yes,
crafting area.
yes. Love it.
Yeah, if you pull your camera down, you can see through the house.
Oh yeah, you know all the tricks. Oh no, wait, I moved again. I'm still yet to get this the shelving. Love it though. Very cool. Little secret spot.
We've got a little relaxing spa area.
Ah, yes.
Sea view.
This it's really strange. It's really strange to say, but I do get a real sense of relaxation on this game during island tours, specifically. Especially when you said Spa Spot, I was like, great. I got those ASMR tingles, Ben.
Become a YouTuber.
Do it. I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess there already are plenty of ASMR Animal Crossing videos. But we need to get involved. Shrinky, you've got a golden voice. We'll put you forward. Wait. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm following. Sorry.
So that's Olivia. I don't know if you want to visit every villager.
It depends. You tell us the villages you'd like us to visit. Ones you feel.
Okay, we'll cherry pick a
affinity
few
with.
others. Yeah. Not this guy.
Oh,
Ignore him.
hello. No, I'm not. How could I? Boyd. He called me a gadabout. He said he's not trying to be rude, but he has called me a gadabout.
Look,
why-
he's got his bottom out.
Now that we're introduced, I'll leave you be. Take care, Boyd. I thought we were going to be great friends. Look at his rosy little cheeks. Oh, on his face, I mean.
A little bit paler than the other one. Right, we're in the middle of the island, so let's have a little
Okay.
pop into my house.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice. Is it on its own island?
It is an
Yeah.
island on an island.
Good
So,
note to keep any ne'er-do-wells out.
so how much of the island is retaining its original layout or features, or is it completely different now?
None of it.
And that's because you did you feel like you overdeveloped initially, and that's what led to
I
this? kind of-
overdeveloped, and then I moved pretty much every single building onto the beach or as close to the beach, and cleared everything, every tree, every plant, every bit of water. It was just solid ground, and then rebuilt from there.
Rebuilt in a more natural way. Okay, loving the ambiance here. The mood lighting everywhere. Classic situation. Just gonna try and get a better look around the room. Got a little tapestry. So jealous of those because I don't have any. You love all the lamps. Terrarium. It feels.
Oh, I
very
love
cozy.
lamps.
Oh.
When you put the big light on, no, thank you.
No. This is it. This is the one. When the big light is on, it's a house, just a house. But when the big light is off, it's a home.
It's a home, yeah.
So tell us about the design inspiration for this room.
So this room has been pretty much as this is now since maybe the first month of playing the game. It was the only room I was really developing and getting stuff for, and I just like how it's been. It's just cozy, a little bit messy, a few new bits here and there. It's just a nice little, just a sit down area.
It's another one of those rooms that feels like it could be real.
Yeah.
That's what I like in a lot of the rooms I make.
Like your little tea tray next to the sofas feels very real.
Yeah, you would never see that in a kind of idealized version of a living space, but it's like you said, very real. Mayor Saylor says he's getting classic sitcom vibes from the room. Oh yes. Oh, what's this track?
This is Animal City.
Yes. What an evening this has turned into. Post Abandoned is pumping canned laughter into the chat. I wonder what kind of sitcom vibes are we giving off here? Answers on a postcard.
Right, so this back room here.
Here we go. So Mayor Saylor is identifying that this is an exclusive KK track, I believe. Request only, maybe. Oh, hello. Okay, we've got the fantasy show on TV at the moment. Oh,
So
look at this.
A bit of a home studio, art studio, office area.
Yes. Oh, look at the collection of posters as well.
Yeah. Oh, Blanca.
Yes, T King Dot in the chat sent me that one.
Yes.
So for anyone who's new to Animal Crossing, if this is your first Animal Crossing, there's a lot of classic characters here that haven't yet made an appearance in the new one. You've got Joan, the original seller of
Wait.
turnips.
I'm trying to find her. There she is.
Up on the left above the
Yep.
TV, you've got Rossetti and Don Rossetti, his brother. You've got and then villagers. But I guess are those villagers who lived here and have left, or are they just villagers that are some of your favourites?
So a lot of them are from amiibo cards.
So they're just villagers that you like.
Yeah, I think two of them. Ford and Barreled are both villagers.
Oh yeah, yeah. And of course, big rolled.
And rolled, yeah.
Yeah, Rold's not a current villager here, but yeah, he's a firm favourite.
I mean, looking
And
at.
then you've got-
Oh, sorry, David.
And then just along from rolled, you've got Tortimer, who was the original mayor in the original games, and Blanca, who I think we've mentioned before, the blank-faced cat who turns up and asks you to draw a new face, and then that Blanca then moves on into other towns, and other people get to see your design if they're unlucky.
And assumedly, Blanca could. She could function on a Switch because of
Yeah.
the touchscreen, but I guess it doesn't feel like it's got good gameplay integrity because docked mode players, of course, won't be able to
Well, I
take
mean,
advantage of that.
But Blanca, I think, was on the GameCube as well. You could
Oh,
just draw using a
I've
I've
pattern
forgotten
maker.
that.
It would be fun to be able to put your custom designs on her face.
Yeah, but I guess we can all do that now. Put custom to mine.
Bring Blanca
design.
back. I forget if this is Copper or Booker. I think this is Booker.
Yes, I can't remember either.
Yeah, I mean, I've only got one because we've defunded the police here.
And you only need one.
Exactly,
Yeah.
done. Makes sense. Makes sense.
But all they really did was look after the recycling and tell, or the lost and found as it used to be, and would tell you who's in town. that
So-
day.
We got sidetracked by the posters, but as described on the chat, this has got such a cozy studio vibe. Love the star chart on the wall as well.
Mm.
And of Da Vinci's Man, is that what this is called in real life? Da Vinci's, is that what it's called? Man? Somebody tell me.
Yes,
Oh,
so that's is it Vitruvius Man?
there we go.
So you could tell it is a fake from Red because it's got a coffee stain on the top left corner.
Whereas the real one has coffee stain on the bottom right.
Exactly.
These are the things that only a fine art student would know. Let's see, you've got
Yeah, it's
the,
great. I love the variety of desks you've got.
Well,
Yes.
in my real life home studio, I've got 3 desks.
Oh, one for drawing.
So I've
One-
got one extra in here. Oh no, there's 3 desks. I thought it was 4. Yes, 3. I've got a computer desk, a drawing desk, and a spare desk. Because where would you be without a spare desk?
exactly. Plus three is the magic number and the strongest number, right? Just makes sense. Rule of threes, right?
3 desks is best. That's what they say.
That is what they say. Also, I didn't call this out before, but I love that we've got the phone on the wall, which is
And a radiator as well.
there's the old school radiator. You've got
That's
all
what
the cool
makes it feel
stuff.
so real.
Yes.
Right, so let's take a little look into the kitchen.
Okay. Headed in. Oh yes, yes. Love the wall TV in the kitchen. That's what gives it. That's what gives it. I haven't seen that yet, but it's so something I'd like to do in real life. Oh wow, I don't think I've seen this type of TV before, where it's kind of like wall mounted. I've seen the one that's like kind of like a intercom panel that's flush with the walls. This is all new to me. Loving it.
Pinboard as well.
This might feel like the most complete kitchen I've been in yet. I'm trying to kind of mentally pass out why that might be. Firstly, I think it might be the kind of pile of the pile of dishes to the far right. That has a very real feel. Nobleman Panda has never seen the low iron work table. Does it have a wheel? It does have.
Yeah, it's got wheels at the back. Yes.
Look at that. So I'm trying to get it centered. Oh God, I always forget my camera button. There it is. Yeah. Nice
While
vibes.
while you're zoomed in, don't forget to look at the toast.
Oh yeah, gonna do that. Oh, it looks like we got some special toast on the go. Yes. If only that was a koala for Melba toast. Though I don't actually know what is on Melba toast. Is Melba toast like French
No, the
toast?
toast is just tiny. It's tiny, really thin, crispy
Oh, like
toast you can buy in a
okay,
box.
okay. Tika is off. Thanks for tuning in. Mesa hasn't seen the fridge. The fridge. Oh, with the little light, the little kind of the water cooler / ice maker. Very, very luxury. In fact, the kitchen has luxury vibes. Ben, is that what you were going for?
I think so. I'm just trying to find the nicest bits I could.
It's a dream kitchen. I think I'd love a kitchen like this in real life. The spot. Oh yeah, loving the kind of the pots and pans rack with the. I'm gonna say I wouldn't say it's spices, but I'm reckoning on closer inspection, I'm thinking preserves. This to me looks like
think so,
marmalade, jam. Maybe it's a speculoos spread.
Yeah, I've got a little spice rack here.
Ah yes. It feels very homely. I feel like where we said the other room felt like real. This room feels like this is the one that goes into Architecture Digest. And of course, you've got a lovely corkboard. I'm guessing it's covered in recipes.
Recipes, notes, shopping lists, hit lists.
Less said about that skull.
Yeah.
Better. Who knows where
Just continue to the
Copper went? Oh, you've got the little camper van.
Yes,
Toy
I
too.
re-downloaded Pocket Camp especially to
Get the
configure
goods.
them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
This feels right. You got the partition, so you can do your business, or then use the bidet. You got well, I mean, I don't like these in real life, but you got some scales here. I'm maybe not doing so good in lockdown. Don't want to check my weight. You got the shower cubicle. This one, okay. And also, I've got to say, compliments on kind of keeping it quite minimal and sparse, just like a bathroom should be in real life. Yeah, Ho is saying it's classy.
I wanted to keep it clean and crisp.
It does exude class, and then of course there it is, the fishing reward print that my wife wouldn't let me take this morning. Look, and right here we got just a normal scene of 3 lads, all in the bathroom area together. Just having a good time. Okay, sorry. I'll give you guys your privacy. There you go. Done. Yeah, also plants in the bathroom, very nice. Gives that kind of natural vibe, goes along with the clean luxury.
Just counted the 20. Hold on.
Is it you counted to 20 for toothbrushing or for skincare?
For hand washing. Again.
Of course. Don't forget to do over the knuckles.
Happy birthday to Ice. That's what you've got to say.
I'm glad to see that we're all following the rules here in Pickle Pop. As highlighted on the chat, the great thing about having grass skirts is it made all going to the toilet then much easier.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Right, downstairs now.
Oh, okay. Ooh. This is interesting because what we found is there's been some chat in the chat over the weeks about the kind of order of rooms that people take us to. The basement is normally last. So, firstly, love seeing an array of KK Slider LPs. Okay.
Yeah, always good. and a good selection of interesting lamps as well.
Okay, I don't even know where to start. There's so much cool stuff in this games room. Okay, Ben, why don't you take us through your favourite things in the room?
The whole room itself, I love this room. It's the kind of room that you dream about having when you're 12.
Yes. Absolutely. I mean, firstly, the baseball glove chair. Such a treasure in this game. It should be in everybody's house somewhere. The blue one as well. Everybody wants to have an arcade cabinet. You've gone for the Mahjong.
Yeah, because I'm often on my own, so I wanted a solo game.
Mahjong is like, I know it's on a 51 worldwide games, and I haven't yet played it. And despite having, I think I actually have some like Neo Geo Mahjong games in my collection that I've never learnt to play. But maybe I'll learn on 51 worldwide games. I got the table football.
I think that's a new pinball, a new to me pinball machine as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen this.
With a tentacle motif on it.
Let's zero in on it. Oh yeah, it's got a kind of Kraken vibe.
Great. And Ben, you redeveloped your whole island? Did you also change your home, or have you just has this been consistent throughout? You've just developed
This
this
room, since I got the basement, I've been building this room up. I had a few finishing touches this week. This lamp here, I didn't realise you can customise, so I've put some space planets on it.
Oh, that's a custom texture.
Yes, that's from the textures you get from the hedgehog at the back of the.
Oh yeah.
Does the globe light up as well?
I don't think so.
They missed a trick there. Maybe that can be patched in.
But I added the space design and the space helmet after playing The Last of Us 2. I don't know if
Oh,
anyone played it. There's a lovely space scene in that.
that is a lovely scene. I actually just finished it today, but I don't want to say any more in case we spoil somebody on the chat. Although we did mention in the High School Club Discord a couple days ago that maybe we should do a book club for to chat through The Last of Us 2 at some point. So it's obviously a lot of discourse about it online at the moment. It would be interesting to kind of get the club's feelings. But anyway, we're playing Animal Crossing right now. Sorry, guys.
Well, this is a room I could spend a lot of time in, but I guess we better have to
Yeah, actually,
go and look at some other things.
I haven't. I've never seen this kind of like demon mask before. That's cool.
I'm not sure where I got that from.
Maybe it just turned up.
Oh God, don't say that.
Maybe the house was built around it.
Yeah.
So before we go upstairs,
Yep.
as you can see, I've spent quite a lot of time and energy on the rooms, but then I forgot about my own living space. So I've inadvertently ended up with a sad man bed set.
Oh no, you've got your 12-year-old dream downstairs.
And
Oh,
then
look
this
at the
is
junk
grim
room.
reality.
Yes.
Look at that.
It has to
Okay.
go somewhere.
Oh, I've never seen this before. This is amazing. Just using the partitions to make a junk room. Looks so real.
It is really, really real.
But also, when the light is off, I hear what you're saying about bedsit vibes. But actually, when the light is on, this is pretty cozy on the non-junk side, I've got to say.
It's just
Also-
me and my cat up here.
And your log fire.
And look at my big telly. It's like Michael Scott in The Office.
Great.
I like
Great
it.
idea.
I like it.
I like you've still made room to show off your baseball cap collection.
Of course.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Is this a mini fridge?
It is.
Yes.
So I don't have to go downstairs to get snacks.
Yes. See, look, you're living the dream in every
Yes.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess for the true bedsit vibe, you need the mini fridge and then just like the single hob. Don't know if
Yeah,
you can
and
get that in the
I
same.
mean, there's a sink here as well, so.
Who would have thought that you'd get this much praise for like having a junk room? But the chat is electric right now with the realism vibes. It was whose island were we on when somebody recently, I'm trying to remember which stream it was. Somebody kind of created an outdoor market using their kind of unwanted items, and this gives the same vibe of like.
That might have been Ed, I think.
It was it was the second visit. The second visit to Big Tuna, and this has the same kind of like vibe about it. Like it all looks so good, like contextualized within the junk room.
I've made it really hard to get to the iron and the vacuum cleaner as well.
Oh, we're getting corrected. It was Christina. Of course, it was Christina.
Oh, Christina.
Yeah, of course it was Christina. This is I love it. And as somebody whose natural inclination, 1 second, I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe I should have done that on microphone. You could hear me just starting to sneeze as I muted the mic. But my natural inclination as a human being is to hoard, and if it wasn't for having such a kind of motivational wife that's kind of prevented me from realizing my worst desires, I could quite easily have a room like this junk room over here, quite easily. Just on the edge. Yeah, love it. Yeah, so much cool stuff going on. I really think it's like a real like gift for kind of the subtleties.
I think it's more. I have more fun making this kind of unfinished and messy and sort of not quite there look, rather than trying to get everything pitch perfect.
I feel like this is like the perfect. Your whole island is like the perfect antidote to the Oh no!
Oh.
Oh wait, this is a real one.
I
No!
left that there for one of you two, and I forgot about it.
Oh, I'm so
Serves you
sorry.
right.
It's my own fault for being sneaky.
Serves you right. It's but this is like the perfect antidote to all this really like equal, also impressive and amazing, but kind of
A counterpoint.
a counterpoint. That's right.
I think that's one of the reasons I got frustrated and wanted to rebuild in the first place, because I was trying to make everything a certain way and I could never quite get to it. And seeing the amazing islands and areas people are creating, and I felt like I was failing, so I thought I'll just sort of do a little bit more realistic.
People I know, a shooting star just went by in the background. People I know is wondering if we've got a star shower going on. Do we have a star shower going on?
I'm not sure. Let's see if another one comes.
Sammy says she thought she heard them at the beginning too. Have we come on the right night, guys? Can we all make a wish together?
Now that we're looking, we won't see one.
That's right. Let's wait. Let's give it 10 seconds. And if they're not there in 10, we'll wait again. I feel like that's been 5 seconds. No luck, guys.
No. Right. Let's continue down here.
Okay, who's living here?
Fauna, let's leave her be for the moment.
Okay, stream fave.
I've got another area to show you down here.
Oh no.
Oh.
No. Mayor Sailor is saying, if we do wish on a star, let's all wish for Brewster. Agree. Let's get him in the game ASAP.
So it is a wild island, but even I can't stop gentrification.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh, look at this. Okay, I feel like we've entered a jazz cafe.
Of course, Gloria's here.
Yeah, she's new. She only arrived on the island yesterday. I don't know who she is.
Did she hear about this new upscale neighbourhood?
She's here for a jazz pizza.
A jazz pizza sounds like it's a pizza that you've baked naughty biz into.
Well,
people are just
Maybe it's in California.
maybe exactly. Who knows what the weed laws are on Pickle Pop? Let's find out.
Yeah.
Oh, people have said he saw more stars. We're missing the stars, guys.
so this is where I'll give you a little croon.
Yes.
Having your jazz pizza.
Jazz pizza. I do want to know what a
just
jazz
wanted
pizza
something.
is.
It's a pizza from a jazz cafe.
Okay.
Let's not wrong it up.
It's a pizza, but the pepperoni is arranged into like a treble clef or something.
This is where the hostess stands, of course.
Of course, of course. Oh, you got a little coat rack. Love that. Oh, I'd love. Wait, I don't think. Is this a little Panama hat? I don't think you can even buy those in the game. Whose hat is this?
Maybe it's Gloria's.
Ah, she would. That. Oh God, she would look fabulous. Love the flowers on the beach vibes. Very, again, very wild. Ah, Screeching Weasel's saying that jazz pizza means that there's improvised toppings, which is amazing. Oh yes, this is so
From up here.
exactly. Haven't seen this done. And just with 3 items, it says so much. I'm from the seaside initially, and I immediately got seaside vibes. Makes
I'm
me
wondering
feel
how many arcade machines you could cram onto here, but probably not many.
how many different versions of Time Crisis can we fit on this pier? Okay, this is the perfect place to wish as well for a star. Come on, come on, stars!
Although you can't wish sitting down, can you?
Oh, you can't.
No.
Okay. That
That's
sounds
something else they should add.
that sounds like it's a maxim. You can't wish sitting down. Very
Must be giving
wise.
your full attention.
Nah, there's no such luck. I'll wish for Brewster anyway. Can you do a running dive off the pier, by the way? Is that possible? Is that a
I
possible
think
thing?
you can, but
Yeah.
not with the binoculars there.
Ah, I see. You can't wish in the sea either, Sammy says. Again, feels like a maxim.
There's the blue telephone box you mentioned earlier. I think it looks good.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Ooh.
nice,
Bit of blue.
but it's not red though.
This is where we
This
can...
is a little... Oh, there's a star.
Oh, no!
Missed it.
Ah,
Oh, there's
yes.
another one.
yes,
I
2
was
wishes.
touching the go instead. Oh,
We got 2 wishes. That's 2 for Brewster. Okay.
there's one. There we go.
Yes. Okay, this is it. We've
There
never
we go.
had this. This has never happened on stream before. Episode 14. Who knew 14 was a lucky number? So Ben, do you know how to play Go in real life?
Yes, and I've been playing it on the 51 Worldwide Games and loving it.
I-
Ah.
We should definitely arrange some high score club of 51 games online matches. I had one. I think I mentioned on Discord that I had one with high score clubber Lee on the toy baseball, and it was so surprisingly intense. It was great. So shout out if anybody wants to play some. Let me know.
Ooh, dung beetle.
Oh, gone.
Jim says it's not real Go though. I'm not knowledgeable enough about Go to know.
Not
I
real
have-
go on 51 games or
I
in.
think I think that's what he might be
Animal
highlighting.
Crossing. If it's a simplified version of Go, then I could get behind that because when I've tried to learn it, it's been the scoring system is very, very complex.
My exposure to Go is mainly through that AlphaGo documentary, which we've mentioned on this stream before, I think, because of seeing the Go board before. Oh, look at this!
Help yourself to 3 things.
Oh my
Ooh.
goodness me! Oh God, there's so much stuff I don't have.
Funnily enough, this is one of the most neat areas.
You got a lot of cartoonist sets.
Yes, it's something a lot of people send me as a gift.
Of course. This,
Job, so.
this is like thanks to everybody that helped me get all the wrestling set. But yeah, like after a while I started getting loads of duplicates, which is great for me because I wanted to build numerous things.
I picked up a skeleton.
Oh, I think I'll get a cartoonist set. Oh, sorry.
Oh, what's the retro fan?
That sounds cool.
There we go.
Oh no, I picked up the wrong thing. Oh no, now I'm gonna have to put it back. Okay, neatly, nice and neatly. Of course,
Nice Tanuki looking out after it all.
of course. There you go. Portable record player done. Yes, we're here. We've reached the end of the tour.
We're here, yes.
We're at KK, everybody. So as everybody knows, these days when KK is in town on a Saturday night, we end the stream with a KK slider performance. We take requests from the chat. So if anybody's got a favourite KK song, now's the time to let us know. Shrinky, what's your favourite KK Slider tune?
I'm one of those people who really loves Cruisin'.
Cruising's
And
good.
I also really like the KK Slider song, the same name. Ha ha ha. And, but I've also been getting into requesting. I've requested all the different Animal Crossing soundtracks. So City Life, Forest Life. Is there another one? Probably another one.
There is another one, but I've forgotten what it is right now. So Oh, sorry. So we got some requests. We got KK Fair by Mared. Sammy suggesting KK Song, which she got today. Ho is suggesting Forest Life. Maybe I'll get a poll set up. Ben, do you have a favourite you'd like to hear?
I don't. I'm happy for whatever the poll happens. Before we do that, can I just give a shout out to Neil Swan in the high school club group, and I believe he's in the chat, for designing my Pickle Pop flag.
Oh wait,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
let's see this.
He also designed that sign at the back of the island with my friend John's face on it.
That was so striking. Oh yeah, Pickle Pop flag. In fact, let's get this. We need this for the episode tile. Everybody make a good emote. I think I might be singing the Pickle Pop national anthem on the 4th of July. Screeching Weasel's suggesting Animal City, so I'm going to set up the poll now. Which song? Am I going to say KK Fair? We got Animal City. There may be typos in this poll. Sue me. What we got? We got Forest Life. And I think that's everything. And people are also giving a shout out to Neil on the chat too. Says that he's been super kind in letting him visit and pick stuff up from his island. Okay, so I'm putting the poll live. It's live for 1 minute. Get voting. What's it going to be, I wonder? Looks like Animal City, which I've mistyped as Amnical City, is leading. Forest Life is taking over.
I have the feeling that Animal City is actually called City Life as well.
City Life or Forest Life? Let's see how it goes. So
I've got my Animal Crossing guidebook out of the song titles, so I can type it in there as well.
yes,
Ooh.
that's
Is that
very wise.
The guidebook for this game.
Yeah, the really big fat one. Lovely.
I'm curious about it. Does it tell you stuff that is coming up later in the game? Like, are there things in?
No. So it's already outdated.
Really?
But it's a whopper.
Interesting.
It is. Yeah, it's really nice.
Does it feel like going through an Argos catalogue?
The Book of Dreams, yes.
With the amiibo cards, yeah, sure. So Animal City, which Shrinky thinks is actually called Animal Life, which Ben will verify using
City
the
Life.
guide. City Life. So Animal Life,
No,
what am I talking about?
it is Animal City. Is that the
Oh,
one we're
Animal
going
City.
for?
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Well, let's definitely go for it then.
Okay, here we go,
My
Animal
mistake.
City. Now, just to let everybody, can everybody hear the game okay? I'm guessing we can, seeing as everybody was hearing stars earlier. We did some wishes on stream, everyone. How wholesome is that?
Right, am I going for it?
Go for it.
Yeah.
As we get
Oh, is
ready.
it all right, cats and kittens?
Yes. Just love his way, you know. Such presence. Right on, baby. Here we go. As we once more end the stream by paying tribute to the developers and staff that gave this game to us. How many other streams give this much gratitude to the game developers, you know? Name one. All those other streamers, they're out there criticising the game, asking for patches, you know what I mean? Not us. We pay
Well,
tribute
sometimes
each
us.
and every week. Sometimes us.
But after that, we always remember to pay tribute.
That's right. Ben, thank you for taking us around your island.
Thank you for visiting.
It was magical.
Yeah, such a unique vibe to it.
Do you think that you'll do another redevelop? What are your thoughts for the future?
I think I'll tinker about.
I definitely
I'm
think
not
it's
sure.
it's got a kind of like bonsai tree kind of wellness vibe to it, where it feels like it's just a little bit off. It's not the world's most symmetrical plant, but you know it needs love, and it can be arranged in a kind of interesting but wholly natural fashion. I'm rambling. I'm writing poetry, guys, just like I said around the campfire. Yeah, so thanks once again to Ben for letting us visit. Ben, where can people find you on the internet?
So on Twitter, I'm primarily at Ben_Cameron.
And Shrinky. Oh, sorry, I'm Ben. Sorry, carry on, Ben.
No, I wasn't saying anymore.
and Shrinky, where can people find you?
You can find me. Well, I'm going to plug the podcast again. I saw someone on the chat say that they were having difficulties finding the podcast by typing Asstown into iTunes.
It was Alexis.
So my top tip there is don't do that. Go to highscoreclub.com and you'll find links to the podcast in lots of different places there, including on iTunes. So check it out that way if you haven't heard it yet.
I'll just pop up the link slate. Of course, go ahead over to our website as well to enter the New Horizons travel guides, fan art kind of get together, and you can see on screen right now there's a whole list of High Score Club places that you can come and follow us. And as always on this stream, we're linking to the Discord in the chat right now. So if you've enjoyed watching, if you've never hung out with us before, come hang out with us some more on Discord. You know, it's probably, I'm going to say, the internet's friendliest video games community. I'm going to say it. I've never said it before, but I'm going to say it now. Thanks to all of the wonderful people that make High Score Club so great.
Oh, it's so wholesome.
It's just a lovely place, guys. You know, everybody does such amazing stuff. And, you know, hats off to you, Ben. You've been such a kind of integral part of the High Score Club Animal Crossing stuff. You know, you've been pretty much a Robin Hood character. I've seen you giving stuff to people left, right and centre. Very generous of you. I owe a lot of my own island decorations to you, actually. Yeah, just thanks for being a good egg, man.
Thank you for having me in like tonight and in general. It's a lovely group to be part of.
And I hope that we'll get to come back to the island at some point.
Yes, we'll get the band in.
Yes, finally. We'll get Jim the SG. We'll crowdfund the extra £1 and we'll get him in for 50.
Yes.
So thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. And as always, with hope for our continued growth and to celebrate another week of New Horizons, this has been